Hello, everyone. I am Dario with the Urban Book Nook. I share book reviews, author spotlights, and all things literally. And I am so happy to be here with the one, Norian Love. And I cannot wait to just dive into your discography. Like I don't
Oh
even know
man.
where to begin with you. Okay? Now, one thing I do know is that you are a poet. So every time that I recommend your books, I just let them know that they're in for a ride because
Mm.
you stress me out emotionally. And I don't know what it is. I don't know if I like it. I don't know if it's new.
You like it.
I don't, is it? It's like a new fixation I have that I never knew I needed. But what is the problem? Like, why? Why do you do it? I don't
I
like it.
think that I think that you want to feel a story. And one of the things, okay, so I was told two things by a writer and they stuck with me. One was no, everybody has one story in them. Almost no one has two. And I remember, he said, that's what it is. This is for you. And then this other writer was my dad. He didn't know it, but he was like, anytime you tell a story, you want your characters, if they ever met you, to punch you in the face. And I was like, you know what? I like that. So I just make it. I'm not trying to stress you out, but like life is happening, right? And life is not just bubbles. So
You do it well.
that's what
You
thank you.
do it well. I think all three books I was like reading, and you know how you talk to the book, like just no way. Winter, I was yelling at the book. Autumn, I was yelling at the book. Um, oh, what's the other one? Why can't I? What's the
Money, power, and sex,
Yes,
right?
yes, yes.
Yeah, yeah,
No,
okay,
baby,
yeah,
that
no.
one. We'll have to circle back to that one.
Yeah,
Okay.
okay,
That
okay.
one. We'll have to come back to that. And the fact that you're laughing while I discuss it should I mean, everything should just be told right there. So you remember I started off with Autumn and then I went to that one and I was like, all right, Autumn was stressful. Like it was characters I did not like. I still feel like you
Mhm,
should off a couple of characters. You won't
mhm,
give me a
mhm,
sequel
mhm,
so these
mhm.
people can die. It's all right. I understand. But that one, I think I had to put it down and come back because I was just like, give me a minute to process. And then I picked it back up.
It's like going on. It's like going on.
I'll let you have it. What has
No.
been, okay, question for you. What has
Mhm,
been
mhm.
the most meaningful piece of feedback that you have received from a reader?
Ooh. 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 Ooh.
Yeah, I tried
That's
to
a good
get you
one.
good this time because I know you. I
Yeah,
know,
and you always ask good questions in general, but yeah,
I
you
know
got
you.
me.
So I had
Oh,
to dig in my bag for your
you
interview.
did
All
that
right.
one. That's a yeah. Okay, okay. I wasn't ready. I'm
Yeah,
ready now.
see?
Um,
Started off with the
um,
guns.
yeah, you did. Um, I think you know what? I know what it is. I think that there was a reader who when I was thinking about shifting gears from because Money, Power, and Sex was like in my head, it was like part one. And I had already everything that you're reading, the first thing I read was the ending. The first thing I wrote was the ending to Money, Power, and Sex too. So everything in between is just getting to this thing. I woke up, I was like, and I wrote it, right? And I was like, well, how did we get here? And so it's been a journey, right? But so in my head at the time, there was way too much to unpack between part one and part two,
Mm.
and a reader told me, "Who's gonna stop you?" And right then, I was like, "I got it." So I was just like, so it gave me permission to tell a better story, in my opinion. And so that's what I've been doing ever since. I was like, you know what? Now I can go into detail of this character and this and why this happened and this, so we can get there. Because if you love it, you're gonna read it anyway. You want to know all that stuff. Versus like in my head, I thought well, let me just get to what happened in the year. But no, let's talk about what happened in between the year. And that was like, oh, thank you.
See, that's why
So
you.
that was probably the best thing.
So one thing I hate, meaning I love, one thing I hate about your writing is you give the character backstory and justification on their actions. And I hate you for it because it's like you are the bad guy. I know you're the bad guy, but then you tell me something that happened, and then I'm justifying his actions. So then you're like, is it really that bad? And that is I don't like that. I don't like
Yeah, I think the world is gray. I think I'm sorry not to cut
no.
you, but I think there's a lot of gray. There's a I mean, if you think about it, right? Like, all of that moral ambiguity. I can't say the word today. Um, that's where we live. That's where we all live. You can do. You would. How many times has anyone who will listen to this at some point, and anyone who will watch this, how many times have you been in a place where when you were younger, you had a code and you wouldn't violate this, and then 5 years later, here you were living in it. And it's like those. See, that's what it's
Yeah.
like to be human. So I just want to tell human stories. So that's kind of what it is for me.
And I hate it and I love it because like these characters become so real because you set up their backstory so well. By the time I'm coming to you, these are real people in my head. Again,
Mhm.
I still feel like some people need to be off in autumn, but we are gonna leave that alone. But now you're just proving my point even more. Well, I just feel like we can write a sequel and off some people off to write some conclusions.
Hey, it's hopefully it's a long career. That's all I'll say to that.
We'll
Who
put
knows
that
what
in
the
your
there you
2027
go.
bag, okay?
We'll just you see,
We'll
yeah.
try. So for new readers
Mhm.
discovering your work for the first time, this is gonna be a
Mm.
hard question. What book would you recommend they start with and why?
Mm. Um,
I know. I know what book I would do, but why?
mm, why would you do that to me? Okay, so in my opinion, they're different, right? At least the
Mhm.
two series are vastly different. Like there's a softer, if you could call it that, and then there's a more sensational. And so I think if you go down the rabbit hole, which is the money, power, and sex, if you like that, then you got to start with money, power, and sex. But if you want a standard,
Emotional?
yeah, if you want this, then I'm gonna say autumn, just because it's the
I agree.
start of. Yeah, I think it's the start of. You can see how it all develops,
I love
and
it.
I think that, yeah. So
Mhm.
yeah, so that's what I was saying. Yeah.
I totally agree. And so we're on the same page. I would so recommend Autumn because it takes you through so many emotional feels. Now, Money Power
Hmm.
Sex is good. I
Hmm.
don't take I don't take that series away from what it is. But the distress of just feedback from just social media of what we like to be distraught and derailed from, Autumn
Hmm.
takes you through the ringer because
Absolutely.
you hate characters. Like I could name how many books I walked away hating characters. Like these people aren't even real. These people are not real, but they owe me some type of fade. Like it's a lot of things that can happen
Yeah, I
emotionally.
read it.
These made up characters, but I totally agree. I think top tier. Now I will say this: reading Winter as a parent and someone whose father passed, Winter
Mm.
stuck with me.
Hmm.
Just because I can see even
Yeah.
my mother and father were divorced, but my father passed, and I still had like unresolved questions for my mom. So Winter
Yeah.
is just so real because it shows like as a
Yeah.
person, like you could still be healing and still have to be an adult. Like, you have children, you have life. But
Yeah. And how long that period can last in your life. You can
forever.
never. Yeah, forever, ever, forever, ever, right? Like,
You would think,
and
yep.
yeah, yeah, and so, it's only rarely where you can really like life sometimes pivots you where it's that peace be still moment where you have to ratify that in yourself. You mean I think that's what happened with Winter. She was like, there was a moment where I gotta deal with this, and you know, it's easy to keep moving. There's so many distractions. You have to, and who wants to feel bad? You know what I'm saying? So it's like the
True.
reason people do as many of the things they do is because we're all escaping pain. But one of the things talking about this and I like to write in layers, and so one of the overarching themes in a lot of these books is tough love is love too,
Hmm.
and so sometimes you may not like it, but it's necessary and
Agreed.
it may cause something, but that it'll also cause growth, and so you know you do that.
I think tough love creates survival instincts. And I think that's a key. I think it's a key thing too, because the tough love makes you have to reevaluate yourself a little bit. So
Mm,
I'll give it to you. So with the theme of seasons, right? So
mhm.
seasons, they come with change, right? Is that how you
Yeah.
say that?
Hmm.
So being that they're often associated with change, what does change mean to you as a writer and a person? Because autumn
Mm,
and winter had change in these seasons. So where
mm.
oh, I'm coming for your neck today.
I see, I see, I see, I see. Okay, well, that's hey, look, I like this one. I like this one. Like I said, I got ready. Okay, so yeah, look, you caught me with the jab. I'm gonna sit. That's a whole other thing. We're gonna talk about that in a minute.
Okay.
So change. Okay,
Yeah.
so if you notice in these books, right? Let me. Oh, you want me to do? Okay. Oh, okay.
I'm
Okay. I'm
ready.
giving you. Okay, I'll give you a little bit. Okay. So you probably already know this, but I'm gonna throw this one out here. So like, I've been thinking about this a lot lately because some people are starting to catch on to the.
To
Okay.
the
So
name.
yeah. So um. So who's the main character in Autumn?
Oh, don't give me no pop quiz. Isn't it autumn? Wait a minute. No, it's oh, don't stress me like this.
Okay. You know what? I'm gonna stop you right there, and the answer is yes. But I'm gonna let you think about that. The point I'm
What's
trying
that
to make
girl name?
is
What's that girl name? Okay, don't
no,
worry.
no,
I'm
no, no,
gonna
no,
come
no,
back.
no, no. We already let's go hit you where they hit you. But look, the point I'm trying to make is this. Um, oh,
Are you
when
telling me
you
Autumn is not the main character? Okay, don't. Okay, go. Answer your question, because now I'm not about to let you do this. Don't you stress me like this. Go ahead. Answer your question.
oh, I can play a game. No, so if you notice that each season is kind of like um the season. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? It's like all the things that are happening in it are the season. And so I think that, I try to be deliberate about writing for the season. So if you see more grief and more, that's why I asked you who the main character. See, now it's all come. Never mind. Don't worry about that.
I
So that's
see
why.
what you did
So
there.
that's
Did
why
you
Sean
see
was
it?
that. I replay. Yeah, yeah. Never mind. Don't worry about that.
But
Don't
you're
worry about
not wrong, because I would definitely say autumn, like fall is
that.
like
Hmm.
shedding, like in order, like my grandmother made I vividly remember this. She just said, the seasons show you like when it's time to let go. And in fall, you shed a lot of dead weight because like the leaves. But they did have to come to some reality in some situations and relationships in autumn. So I see what you did there. And even in winter, right? Things have to be frozen or they die to be reborn. And she did get stuck in that
Come on
place
now.
until she
Come
was
on now.
able.
See,
Oh,
see,
yes.
this is what I be saying. See, that's why I love this because I be doing this. Like you see, and so that's why.
I
But
can
I
see
told
it.
you. you told me you was ready. I'm gonna come back with it. That's all the you gonna see it. So in spring, and then even how they're never mind. It's a lot. It's a lot
Okay.
of different. It's a lot of
So we
positives to it.
have, wait a minute. Did you just confirm we have spring coming then?
Oh yeah, spring's coming. Spring's coming sooner than you think. And yeah, we're gonna have a lot of fun with spring. Spring is oh my gosh. I cannot wait for you
So
to I
spring
can't wait
means blooming, it means growth.
see, they wouldn't know that had I not said this here with you. And I was going to tell you know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Because now everybody, but don't worry about it because then now you get to see it. Because if you weren't paying attention to it, it was, but now it's now you get to never mind. Don't worry about because look, even giving that away, you still gotta go through it.
you do.
So
You
now you
do.
see,
You do.
yeah. So the
So
question,
that's
so
now I'm going back to my original point. It's almost like a fixation I didn't know I needed because I'm going to put myself through this turmoil. I know it's coming, and if I know spring is birth and you have to water it to grow, oh my God.
I
Okay.
should have
All
said
right.
that.
All
That's
right.
on me. That was on my bad. That's my bad. I should just held that one. We should have a do over on this. Don't worry about it though. Don't worry. Look, it's enough there. Now that
I'm
you told
stressed
about
already and the book isn't even here. Okay. All right.
it.
What?
Yeah. So the to your point, each change is because it's an ode to each season. They even happen in the seasons. If you
I
think
literally
because the
thought I was hitting you
school.
with a draw four and you came back with almost a draw 10. It's all right. Because now you just fucking blew my mind. All right. Now I don't even know where to go next because what did we just talk about? Okay. All right. Don't talk to me. Okay. No. Okay. So your books explore themes like love,
Mhm,
loss, grief, and transformation, which we just
mhm.
talked about are a part of the seasons, right? So, which theme is more personal to you in either of the books?
Ooh. So man, I think that like okay, so so let's take it further. Um, so you ask these questions. Look, I'm ready now. So look,
Now I'm
um,
not. Now
so
I'm not ready.
like I said, they actually even happen in the seasons, right? And so in a way, if you think about it, it is just why it's called the seasons of love because they all matter. Those are the four quadrants that happen.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's how that happened. That's how that happened. That's how that happened. That's how that happened. That's the heart. If that makes it all kind of you're painting a broader picture on it's like asking you to pick your favorite kids. Like they all matter for different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everything
Yeah.
and even the time, even your time on Earth, you probably wouldn't take away 25 for anything, even though now is important and you wouldn't give up any of this, but there were things there that you thought that were absolutely that defined you, right? And
Yeah.
so it's a little bit of all of that. It's the best way I can explain it. Okay,
Well
no,
played. Well played.
what's up
I
all you?
tried. Just know I tried my best. Okay. I just want to go on the record. Okay. I thought I was hitting you with draw fours, and
You
now
did.
I'm shooketh over here. We have
You hit me
lost
with I
track
was
of
like,
the
oh, okay.
interview. We need to abort and act like none of this ever happened.
I
It's
had oh.
so your writing carries a strong sense of mood and atmosphere. One thing you are great at doing is pairing it with a playlist. We talked about it. Exquisite. Okay. Do you begin with the emotion first, or does the plot lead, or does it like you start
Ooh.
with the playlist and we gonna see where we go?
Okay, so look, okay, so I'm gonna tell you this. So like this was what's so funny about that. So I do have a playlist for autumn, right?
Mm-hmm.
But what I built was the soundtrack, which is I wrote all the songs and produced all the music. So when
Mm-hmm.
you see this, that is that that came first. You know what I mean? That in my head, I wrote like I didn't when I first wrote autumn, I couldn't get it out, and the music was there. You know. And
Mm-hmm.
so I didn't know. And here's the thing, I didn't know a lot about music at the time. So I had to figure that part out. I had to figure out
Mm-hmm.
how do melodies and chords go together. So I'm on Pro Tools. I'm playing with music. I know computers. I'm just playing with it. I'm like, okay, this sounds good. This sounds good. Now I'm making beats. And plus, I'm starting making beats. I know I can write. Like I said, I'm a poet. So I said, let me write a song to it. This is fine. Now I got to find singers. So
Mm-hmm.
I find singers. We do um we do bedroom details. And that song was like the first one. No, 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 no. We do the end of autumn first, and I was like, which is no, the end of summer, which is the first song on there. We do that one. I was like, okay, this is cool. I like this. Right? Feels folly. Something's going on here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then we do bedroom details, and that one was just like, oh, I, I might have something here. Like this is. So we're going, we're going, we're going. So we do all these songs. What's happening at the same time is I'll tell people I'll tell anybody this. When I wake up in the morning to write these books, I get up at 3 every morning, right? The characters wake me up. It don't be me. They be like, okay, look, come on, we gotta so now today I tell you with any book, I'm a stenographer. I just be like, and wait, what I don't there have been so many times where I was like, I really want to kill this motherfucker. Excuse my language, but I really want to kill it. Can we kill him now? And they survive. I'm like, I called my mom one time. There was a character that I mean, from the time, we probably think about the same one if you think about it. I was like, from the time they got hit the stage I was like,
They should be
kill
dead.
him, just kill him. They should have been, why is it still happening? Uh, and then they survived, and I had to call my mom. I was like, do you know? And she was like, what? So I don't control the
Oh, it
narrative.
comes
I
out.
just I just write down. But to your point, um, the music for the Seasons of Love, at least, it always comes first. What
Mhm.
I did with the last year, part of the reason why I didn't release the book last year, because I actually wrote and produced all of the songs for spring and summer in one setting. And so I was like, yeah, so I just like literally from January to about
Oh,
August, I was just making music. And so what you will hear on spring is growth. The point I'm trying to make is that like if you look at it, autumn soundtrack, you know, that was my attempt. Winter, I figured it out. Spring, I think you'll see I think you'll see more growth. It's
so
my hope. And it's my
how
mhm.
far are spring and summer coming out together? Because I heard you just said you worked on both of them at the same time.
Well, I worked on all the music at the same time.
So, are you telling me we're having like a double drop? Is that what I'm hearing?
I don't know about that, but I do know that the music. I worked with the music at the same time. I don't know what I you know what? Let's get the spring. Let's just get the spring. We'll
Okay.
go with that. But I will say this. Man, it's gonna be fun. I mean, because if you like Easter eggs, they're everywhere. And so if you're a person who if you want to get into the weeds, if you've been paying attention, this is the weediest book. Like I was saying, there's so much that it's right there. So I'm having fun. I'm having a blast, honestly.
Love that for
Mhm.
you. So, was there a character from Autumn, Winter, and even Money, Power, and Sex, just like your entire work that
Mhm.
surprised you the most while writing them? Like who's the one you were
Ooh,
like, oh, we got something here?
yeah, definitely Shanice Gibson. Gibson was a character that I was not expecting.
Mhm.
I like when I was writing Marcus, I was like, okay, this is cool. She was one of those forces of nature,
Mhm.
and I can't wait to go back there because like she came out of nowhere and I love her. I love everything about Gibson, man. That if you want me to be honest with you, it's my favorite character to write. Like she is fun. Yeah,
Really?
yeah, she's fun, man. She's just fun because and so she's in the queue right now because she's ready. But it's like we gotta do this. But like I love Gibson, man. Like, I love everything about that woman.
So I saw recently, well, and no,
Mhm.
I'm not, I'm lying to you. It wasn't recently. So you're very interactive on Instagram.
Mm.
And then, so it was not recently, but it must have been while you were writing because you asked what are other alternate words for the word cock. And I
Mm.
remember that one. So I always laugh when you are when you're interactive with us because you ask the most outlandish questions, and what's crazy is because we interact. Like I think you even posted like what we were saying, and everybody's like, "No, use
Yeah,
this."
I love you. I love it. Stories is where I live. I'm not a good poster. I overthink posting, but in my stories, I can just be me. So I love it there, man. So yeah, no, it's great.
And has it brought more people to you because how interactive you are in your stories with us?
Definitely. I think the stories is I'm always told just do what you do in your stories on the other one, but I overthink it. You mean? And so it's just like but in my stories, there's so I mean like you'd be surprised how many I like half the time I stay off the platform because I know I'm gonna spend all day responding, so I gotta do this, I gotta do, because but I love it, man. I really do love it because what it does is it just brings that like I'm always gonna get to you. It might be late, but I promise I'm gonna get to you. And it just brings that human connection where I feel like, I never want to leave. No, I never want. I always want to know everybody. I want to. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I just think that like we all need that connection again. Like nothing's. It just so yeah. I love it, man. It's my favorite thing.
That I love it because I'd be like, "Uh oh, here he go." But then what's worse is like I'm entertaining it and I'm responding, and then I'm looking at what everybody else is saying. I'm like, "See, it's not only me who feels like this. I'm not the only unhinged one out here on this world."
But also, you know what? I'll tell you, it's things you learn because I did not know like. You gotta imagine this, right? Sometimes, like, you get tired of using certain words. You're like, okay,
Mhm.
so what's the alter? I really be like, I can't, like, they still, they
For the
still
record, we
effing.
don't like it. Okay, it ruins the mood for all of us
I
involved.
get it.
Okay,
Which is why I say, you know
we
what?
don't
That's why I'm
like it.
glad we could do this. So now I'll be like, you know what? Say
Speak your
say
stuff
less. I
now,
got you.
South. Okay, shaboing
No,
boing. We don't like it.
anything,
You
anything.
save that for freedom.
And
Okay, we don't like
and
it.
and someone had to tell me that, which is why I love it, is because someone told me, hey, listen, yeah, we like when you think about how we talk, we don't talk like that. I was like,
We
oh
don't
yeah,
need
you're
it.
right.
Okay, we
Duh.
are turned
You
off
know,
from the mood itself. The mood has
all
set,
the way.
and now we're turned off, and we're not even in the mood. We're like, we don't want it. We don't care what he has to say. He just used that word. Turn him off. We don't care.
Which is why I put Darren in Winter, making sure I want to make a spoof. I want to poke at that. That was my. I see what you're saying. This is where I get it now. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Oh
I
yeah,
that
because
was
she walked away, and we were
he
all
walked
in
away. Was
agreement.
he?
We
Yeah,
were all
everybody was
like,
like,
"Yes, sis, go.
nah,
You
this is
need to
it.
go."
The end. Yeah, I was like, okay, cool.
That
Yeah,
is hilarious because that is so true. And I definitely was agreeing with her. I definitely was like, sis, you right. Get your stuff right now and go. You not wrong in any of your actions. So you got a lot of stuff coming up for this year. Run down your
mm,
list of where we can find you this year. Like you just keep posting.
mm,
You
mm,
keep post
mm.
where can I find you this year?
Well, I'm gonna be with you. You go to Pots and Pours, I hear. Right?
I'll
Is
be at
that where
Plaza
you go? Yeah.
Ford. I'll be
So that's
at
gonna
Bayou
be
Book Festival. Will you be there? Are you
okay.
going to Bayou?
Well, no, I got to go to Boozy that same weekend, so I
Okay.
was already signed up for Boozy Book Tour.
We're
But
giving
I was
tickets
gonna
away for
go, but
that. So I will
uh,
be at
which is
Lit
time
University of
out. Can I
New
say
York.
something?
Uh-huh.
I gotta cut you off there. What y'all did? What y'all did? You want to talk about shut down the internet? What y'all did? Let me tell you something. I had reached yesterday. We did this yesterday, and I'm gonna tell the same thing I told you, man. I'm gonna tell you the same thing I told her. Like, man, y'all, like, I love this space because it is magic. Like you find people and you see these talents and you see this chemistry and you see. man, y'all boy, especially from Houston, man, y'all better run this thing. I'm look, I'm a fan. Bravo, bravo,
So
dude, y'all
much
keep doing
fun
your thing.
making. We have so much more in store. But I love Reese because she entertains my foolishness. And I literally
Mhm.
called her and was like, listen, let's act like we had a sleepover. And then, like, you need somebody to entertain your foolishness, especially
You
when
need
you just
that. You
have
need
it.
that.
Yeah. And she does that for me.
Yes, and it's fun because to me, that's what creativity is, man. Like that's like we came too far as see, we all around the same age, right? And so when we
Mhm.
was kids, we was doing this stuff. We was creating, we was having fun, and this, that, and third.
Yep.
Now we the adults. That don't mean we gotta stop doing what we love and what we do. Just man, do
So
your
much.
thing, man. Do that, and because I'm saying, and what you saw was the response. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like that's what so that says y'all man, y'all got grease and water. I mean y'all got oil. Y'all got oil, y'all got
We we
oil and
we
fire.
cooking. We
Cooking.
cooking. We gonna see
You
where it
cooking. You
goes.
cooking.
But I just saw
Hmm.
you'll be a lit world, right?
I know I won't be a lit well. I
What you
don't I
tell me your
hmm?
rundown then though. So okay, Boozy Book Tour. You just announced something else
Boozy,
though.
Plots and Pours, Indie Love.
Okay, maybe it was Indie Love.
Um okay, this is gonna be okay, Southern Hearts. No, Southern Hearts. I was just at Southern Hearts. I'm missing
You
something.
all over the
I'm
place.
missing a few things. No, because because
You
okay,
gotta
so
you booked and busy. No, I get it. I just feel like every other day. I'm like, he gonna be where? He gonna be where? No, I get it.
I'm just trying to get out the seat.
You
That's what I'm saying.
doing
I'm
exactly
hustling,
what
man.
you
I'm,
need
I'm
to
out here.
do.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
When
I'm
I
out in
tell
these big
you
red streets.
10 toes down
I don't
in
want to
these
offend
streets,
nobody, but yeah, I just want to be out here.
I'm
That's what it
extremely
takes.
proud of you. And then your presence is so infectious. So I know anytime that you go to a book festival, I already know. I
Well, you know what?
already know.
No, I will be honest with you. I love the book festivals because, like, man, like I said, it's people. No,
Mhm.
I think that like let's take it bigger than books, right? And we can take it off. I think that this community has the opportunity to kind of elevate to a place where it's an ecosystem that takes care of the people
Yep, I
who
agree.
built it. You know what I mean? Like when I think of like the Harlem Renaissance and what they were doing, this is a digital version of that, and we can just really, you know what I'm saying? Like it's such a
Let me tell you,
phenomenal space to be in.
this year I keep reminding people that the Harlem Renaissance happened at the same time as the Great Depression. And I just need y'all to just do
Okay.
the math. Okay? And then once you realize that the Harlem Renaissance was during the same time as the Great Depression, it's only up from here. And in this space, I truly feel like this could be our Harlem's Renaissance.
Oh
And then
yeah,
we're talking
yeah.
about circling the black dollar. In this space is how you circle the black dollar.
Bro, yes, that's it. That go, yeah,
I'm with
yeah, yes.
So as
Come on,
long
and,
I
and,
just keep telling people this timeline, don't as long as you realize that black people were great during the Great Depression, we good.
let me ask you a question. When were we not? Never mind. Don't worry about that either.
Oh
We
no,
was
no, I
all
mean
that.
what
Don't even.
you're right.
I'm with
When
you,
were we not?
but you know what I'm saying?
That's true.
Because you get
But
the
the
come
literature, I
on.
think the literature that came out of the Harlem Renaissance, I think
Oh
was
yeah. For what we talk about,
through because of oppression. So I can only
yeah.
imagine what's about to be come out of this presidency.
Hey, you got to understand, like so because there's a few things happening, right? They're banning books. They see it. You know what I'm saying so they're taking active corrective action, if you will. And then there's that period before this generation of writers where there was just like, there could
Yep.
only be one, right? And everyone thought, well, this is the most talented. And what happened was a byproduct of places like Amazon
Yep.
was that like you realize how many griots were out there, how many storytellers, how many people, and it was like we never left. I
Yep.
mean, it was just the systems push things and
Y'all
they're
took y'all
still pushing
token
things.
and ran with it.
Yeah.
Right.
So now we get to and what's beautiful about our culture, man, is it'll never die. You know what I mean?
Mm-mm.
Like as long as there's life on Earth, it'll be melanated, in my opinion. You know what I mean? And so
I'm
it's
with
just
you.
like,
And as
you
long as we
know,
keep getting to tell our stories, how we tell our stories, we'll never die. Like Bebe's kids, we're
yeah,
only gonna multiply.
yeah. That's it. You know, and so I think it's just about going from, you know, being one of our own worst enemies to being our strongest allies.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It's just about that mental shift because if you look at the political stage now, that's what everybody else is doing. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of how they feel. But I digress. Don't worry about
Look,
that.
I'm
Go
with
continue
you.
what you're talking
We could do a whole soapbox
That's a
about
whole
this.
other thing, right?
Okay.
Nothing, nothing, yeah, nothing at a time.
Okay, we could
Mhm.
do a whole soapbox, but I'm with you on that. But I'm so glad that we got that last part out because I want y'all to hear that, replay that part because that is the truth. Okay, but I thank you so much for joining me and taking time out of your
Thank you. Thank you.
day because
No,
we know you in these book streets and you are doing a phenomenal job. And the more I can
thank
pump
you.
it out there and the more we can give you your flowers, I
Mm,
know we as a community are trying to honor you as you should be. So I appreciate you
man, that
and
means a lot.
for the literature
Thank you.
you put out there. I mean,
Okay. Yeah.
you do well. You do well. And I internalize it. So every time you release a book, I'm coming for your neck. I got questions that need answers. And long as you
Hey, look,
understand,
I just gave you a freebie. That now that you see, you could, yeah, but
I still be, don't worry
I,
about it. Soon as I read the book, I'm gonna be writing your messages. And another thing.
I can't wait. I really can't wait on this one. This one's gonna be fun. I promise you. This is spring, and so it's gonna be. You're gonna. I
When
hope it's.
is
I
spring
hope
set to
it's.
be released?
Now
Tentative?
that is more tentative than I'd like to say.
Okay.
I have an idea. In fact, when we get off, like I'm gonna do. Never mind.
Okay.
Um,
Deal.
yeah, yeah, that
All
part.
right.
Uh, but yeah, we'll see.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you
Thank
always, and
you.
I will catch you in these Houston streets, okay?
Always. Thank you so much for having
Bye.
me and have a good night. Bye.
You as well.